This tool, we're going to be looking at the value of using different strategies. And I'm going to be using a beach ball. Now, I mentioned the word beach ball, and if you want to have a look down here, I have my bare feet on. And my reason for having that is usually when you're on the beach, you have your shoes off and you have your bare feet and it feels so good. But what happens when you're not on the beach and you want to feel good? Well, I've come up with a different way of putting on using my bare feet. Well, what's going to happen here is going to have the participants standing in a circle, and I'm standing at one end of the circle here, and I'm going to give them the challenge if they can keep this beach ball up in the air for 30 seconds without it hitting the ground. They have 3 tries at it. Are there any questions? And usually if people ask questions, usually they're able to solve it, but if people don't, then everybody does their own thing and they don't really solve the problem. So here again, I'd start off, I'd toss it in. Usually one person goes in, and usually people start volleying it around, which is great. And after 30 seconds, usually if they have accomplished it, say, well, that's great, you've achieved it. But my question is, has everybody had a chance to touch it? Who can put their arms up that haven't touched it? Great, okay. So we see a few people haven't had a chance, and we know it's important to get everybody involved. So how can we accomplish that? What are 3 different ways we could get where everybody could touch the ball within the period of time? Yes, strategy number 1, got 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1, what is your strategy? My strategy is that we'll have people standing with their right arm out inside the circle, and I will hold on to the beach ball and I will run around with it. Great, come on out, give it a try. Boom, well done. Strategy number 2, what is your strategy? Well, my strategy is we hold on to the ball in the circle and we pass it around. Strategy number 3 is where you toss the ball up in the air, and when you toss it up, people touch the ball, sort of like in volleyball, and when it comes down, they sit down or they stand back, and we keep doing this, eliminating people. So once you touch the ball, out you come until it's down to 1 person. Well, let's look at this. Why is it important to have different strategies? How does it make people feel? When you think about it, people have a chance to have input, and we look at things different ways, and this is what makes it fun, and it also gives a chance for people to be creative. Now, how do you do this? Well, as you noticed here, I would acknowledge people that had the different strategies, but I would give them a chance to support that instead of saying, okay, great, we'll do it, but they have a chance to try it. Now, what happens when someone's doing their strategy and they forget and they say, okay, I've got this far, so what is it up to the group? The group is there to help them, to support them and saying, okay, maybe it didn't quite work, but maybe if we change it a little bit, we can make it work. So the value of this lesson here is looking at it's important to use different strategies, which helps people get involved and to feel good. Folks, how do we show appreciation when someone does something great? We put our hands up here and we go, great!